Hello, San Antonio. Melissa Franklin here.
This is Bill Martinez, and we are with a guest, a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sammy Sandoval, born and raised here in San Antonio, fitness enthusiast, avid learner, lover of movement, all things movement based, and appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our pleasure for you to be our guest here. And we're at the beginning of the new year, and so a lot of people have New Year's resolutions, right? A lot of people want to focus on health, want to focus on fitness.
Over here.
You're one of them?
I'm one of them. Changing, different choices on the new year, like going to the gym and things I intake, food and
the normal resolutions. Yeah. You hear it every year.
Exactly.
You hear it every year.
We just want to stick with them, right?
Yeah,
That's going to be the hardest part.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm continuing my resolution I made a few years ago. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of people, just like Melissa said, start a new year. And a lot of them, they just want to know, well, first off, you have a background, correct, in fitness and health?
Yes.
You want to share a little bit about that?
So I didn't start working out until after high school. I graduated 2006. For the most part, I played soccer quite a bit all my life. The culture of eating tortillas and all the masa, you know what I mean? Just being here in San Antonio, it wasn't really a big deal for us to, we should eat healthy. At a certain point, there was a time when my mom, raising us boys, like, okay, I remember her taking us to Bally's back in the day and the different classes and the aerobics and stuff like that. But I never Bally's, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
That's a while back.
I never really got into it till after high school. Graduated, and then immediately I started working in the front desk at a women's only gym over Northwest Military. It was Women's Super Fitness, and a guy from church hooked me up with a job at the front desk, and I couldn't work out there. Obviously, because it's women's only. Mm-hmm. So I would shut it down, close it, right? Well, I asked him, I go, can I work out after hours? They're like, no, you can't. Liability, you're here by yourself, whatever. I was like, okay, so I didn't have access to a gym. I couldn't afford anything at the time. And then I went to UT Health Science Center and just started running. Okay. That's all I did was just start running, walking, whatever I could for an hour. I'm just going to hit an hour of whatever I could. And I started to see progress, started to get better. My breathing, I was running longer. And if you've been to UT Health Science Center, the track there, part of it has an incline. Okay. So eventually I was like, let me try and sprint this incline. Let me go longer, see what else I was capable of. So I really fell in love with running first.
Okay.
Running became, like, for me, like, you hear about the runner's high. I definitely was able to get that runner's high and eventually figure out what else I was capable of. My mom eventually got me a gym membership at Gold's. Bandera Road. I don't know if you remember, closer to 410, there was a Gold's gym.
I remember that.
Yeah, the basement. Yeah, right there.
I started working out there.
Yeah, so I got a membership there, and that was my first time really doing anything. I had no idea what to do. Never got with the trainer or anything, but I was like, I'm just going to do a little something. Aside from my running, let me do upper body, machines, lower body the next day, and then just keep alternating like that. That was just in my head. I don't know why I thought about it, but that's just what I did. Yeah. It's funny because I started going to Barnes and Nobles and little bookstores and getting like the men's health magazines and health and fitness, and I would rip pages out of workouts that they would have in there and take them and go do them the next day.
Would you buy the magazine? Or
no,
not?
I wouldn't buy it. I'll just rip a page out. I'll just rip a page out and then go try it the next day.
I did that too.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is mine.
Well, not with men's magazines, but other magazines.
The Playboy magazines.
We're talking about him right now.
We know what we're talking about. But that's really where it all started, and I was like, okay, let me start, learning how to do these things, and then started picking the brains of all the trainers. So it's really where I really start to like tap in on what, how to navigate my workouts, and all right, the knowledge from this guy. Did a 5K, and then eventually I did a 10K, and then a half marathon, and then a full marathon, and then from there went to do triathlons. I did like 2 sprint triathlons, small distances, but After a year working at the women's only gym, I got a job at Spectrum Athletic Club working the front desk there. So I was super excited when I got the call back. That was like a different level for me. So where I was really able to tap into more knowledge of different trainers. When I started doing the triathlons, one of the guys there, he was a triathlete himself.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, jump with me in the pool. I'm going to show you the technique. Learn from him. Was working out with a couple other trainers. Started to learn how to lift. Fell in love with lifting eventually. And really, and my thought process was, what else am I capable of? What else can I do? I knew for sure that like I just had to push myself and just do it.
Yeah.
Eventually, it just got to where like, oh, I don't like the way I look in the mirror. I don't like the rolls. I don't like my man tits. You know what I mean? I don't like the way I look. And so I'm just
You don't like the dozen tortillas right here?
Man, yeah. I was like, I'm tired of like trying to hide whatever my body, like when it's summertime.
Feeling
things
insecure.
Like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then just something switched. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I know I have to do it. I'm just going to do it. And so that's kind of really, it's really where it all started.
Okay.
And then, man, over the years, learning from different people and pushing myself to do different things, fell in love with kettlebells and unconventional training methods like the steel mace and steel clubs.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, it's totally...
When you throw words like that out.
So, you know, back in like the Persian Empire, they had like a long rod and like the big ball, but with the spikes on the end.
Yeah.
It's similar to that without the spikes on it.
Okay.
And so great for shoulder mobility and
a
lot of different movements.
You're just swinging them, I guess?
Just swing it. Yeah, you can swing the thing. There's like a whole, to me, it's like a martial art in a way. And then I also came across like jiu-jitsu and.
That's when you came across jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, around the same time and just started to go down the rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
I'm still on the mat, still training. Been training since 2015. And really, it's a lifelong thing for me. Like I know for sure over the long term, I know this is for my benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And then along the way, I've been able to share my experiences with others. So being here, I want to share whatever I can, whatever questions you guys have for me, my experience. Along the way, I've done different certifications and workshops and mindset and language games and like all the different things that from people I've been able to meet, you know, come across my path. You know, everyone that you meet along the way, pick a little something from there, pick a little something. I'm real big on telling my clients, me search. You're doing research on yourself. Everybody's different.
Me search. I like that.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard of that.
Me search. So figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like. Let's say you get blood work done. You see where you're lacking. You can kind of see where your numbers are at. Okay, I know I need more of this. Let me try it out. What foods make me feel lethargic? What foods give me the energy? Even doing your own research on a Google search on what are the health benefits of kale compared to spinach? What are the health benefits of beets? What are the health benefits of red potatoes compared to white potatoes? You know what I mean? Just like a simple Google search. I'm like, how's this going to benefit me? Is it going to help me or going to hurt me?
Okay.
Dive in, man. Like, just dive in, really. Like, so I would recommend just whatever you feel like you want to do, like whatever you kind of see in your head. Like, if it's running, awesome. If it's lifting, awesome. If some people want to do like bodybuilding shows, or some people just want to do powerlifting. Powerlifting has become like very popular. Deadlift, bench, and squat, the big three. Find a trainer, find a coach, link up with a professional if you can. If you can hire someone, man, even better. That way you can learn from them and spend whatever time you can with them. 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Transition. You're going to transition on to something else. So
you should, right? Keep plateauing
sure.
and then transition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many of you guys out there have a personal trainer or coach or nutrition, what do you call them,
nutritionist maybe?
Nutritionist?
Dietitians.
Dietitian, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wondered because I've had a few myself. Now, I don't know exactly, I haven't had one in a few years, but I want to know if I'm getting ripped off because in the future I would like to hire a personal trainer. What is the average cost of a trainer, personal trainer, per hour?
Or is it a session, or is
a
it
session?
a stack of sessions? You know.
I would say the average is like 60 an hour, depending on their level of expertise. Like the guys that I work with, they charge 100 an hour because that's how good they are.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? High level. So what level of trainer are you linking up with? Do your research. You know, talk to this person. If you know, everyone's got a network. Everyone's got a guy for something. I can always give you people, but you know, if in your area, Google search is big, and then figure out who do you vibe with, like who can you connect with. It can be, like I said, 60 a session. I feel like a lot of trainers undercut themselves at the same time, but there's also 30-minute sessions. How many times per week are you wanting to train? Okay, let me buy a 3-month package, a 1-month package. Maybe you're unsure. Let me buy 1 month. And then you really like it. You vibe with this guy, girl. Let me do 6 months. How much can we do in 6 months? For me, health is wealth. So you can't really put a price on your health. You know what I mean? Especially as we age, things just don't work the way they did when we were in our 20s and our teens. You know what I mean? So I would figure out, start somewhere. Figure out, okay, this is a person that I want to link up with. Let me start here. I did my research. I really like this guy. Most people have like either a free session or some type of complimentary class or something like that. You can start there.
I feel like every time they say, we're going to give you your first hour free session, I think I'm going to get a whole workout, especially at Lifetime Fitness. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to get a whole hour and I'm going to work out. I'm going to do this. But it's like kind of like a sales kind of pitch. They kind of explain to you everything. So I didn't get my free 1 hour workout. So I'm kind of a little disappointed. But I understand the whole concept of why they're doing that. They're trying to for the whole hour, they explain to you exactly what you're going to get yourself into and explain to you all the information that you need, basically, is what they're doing.
I had a friend years back who would go with me to the gym almost every night, and he was a trainer. And he's like, I'll just go with you. And he wasn't working out, but he used to do that. He used to be in that lifestyle, like hardcore, you know. And he's like, your form is like got to be one of the most important things, because that you can injure yourself if your form isn't right. And so he would just watch me, and he's like, no, that's not right. You got to do this. You got to do that. And so I learned a lot from just like knowing what form to use, knowing how to tweak certain adjustments when you're doing any type of exercise, as far as biceps or just little tweaks, you know, because then they shock the muscle, and then you can continue to make gains, you know,
right,
on your I guess on your fitness. And so I was fortunate enough to come across a friend like that. But yeah, there's not a lot of friends that'll just sit there with you for months and just, you know.
He must have been a real friend.
Yeah. And
sure.
he wasn't. He's like, all you gotta do is take me out to eat, and I'm like, okay, not a problem.
There you go.
But yeah. So I was gonna say, so that's why sometimes it could, you know, you doesn't feel like you're getting much of a workout on those free sessions, because they're looking at your form, your technique, and all that stuff. And if you don't do it right, you can injure yourself. And golly, there's nothing worse than trying to better yourself, especially early on. And then you get injured, and then you got to sit out, and then you got to come up with the motivation to want to do it again, because you're thinking in your head, I might get injured again, you know. So,
right.
So you know, things like that are very important, you know. But yeah, a trainer is definitely.
So, question to you,
important.
Bill.
No, I'm not like a fitness guy like that.
I know, but since you've been working out for a while now, you're looking good. You're looking better. Bill's, looking good.
Yeah.
Do you actually eat the protein, or do you do protein powder drinks? And
I mean, I eat it in my food, as far as like, chicken has protein, stuff like that. But I also do like supplements, like powder, like drinks.
Every day, daily.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes twice daily.
And you recommend that as well, to do protein daily, powder drinks?
Yeah. Get what you can from your food.
Okay.
Like, get what you can from your food. But going back to, you feel like you're going to get a whole hour's workout or whatever. Really, the trainer doesn't know you. So, like, it's more of an assessment.
Gotcha.
And so, like, okay, the guys that I work with, and even when I meet with clients, I want to figure out what you're doing on a day-to-day. Are you behind a desk all day? Are you on your feet all day? We have a machine that gets your measurements called Fit 3D. You stand on it, it gets your weight, your body fat percentage, circumference measurements, and then it calculates your BMR. So the level of technology we have access to, it'll tell you your BMR, which is pretty much the amount of calories you burn in just doing your day-to-day, like not including your workouts. So just what you're burning.
On an average day?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, just like your digestion and your breathing, sleeping, things like that. It'll calculate, like, say it's 1,200 calories. Okay. That professional, your trainer, will tell you, okay, we want to be in a deficit to drop this so many pounds.
Yeah.
On average, especially when you first start out, it can be anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds a week, depending on how hard you're really getting after it.
Yeah.
And locking in your nutrition. Yeah. So if you can get the protein high. Yeah, if you can lock in your nutrition and push yourself on the workouts, push yourself in the gym, lock down your nutrition.
And what did you say, about 4 days a week?
I would say minimum 3 days a week.
Okay, minimum 3 to 5.
So let's say we're doing 3 days a week of strength training. Those other days that you're not lifting, you're doing some type of cardio. If you're walking, running, if you have access to a gym. You go downstairs, you hit the elliptical, you hit the treadmill, the bike, whatever. When you lift, you not only burn calories for, say, that 30, 45 minutes, hour of strength training, but even 36, 48 hours after that, you're burning. You get that metabolism, you get that fire, the internal fire going. And then with cardio is just an extra cherry on top. You burn calories for, say, that 30 minutes, but the strength training is where it's at. You're continuing to burn calories throughout the day. When you're sleeping, you burn calories. You sweat when you sleep too. So first thing in the morning, boom, hydrate. Let me start my day. I know fasting has been real big lately, intermittent fasting. There's different methods, you know what I mean?
I've noticed, so I was fasting before, but I was fasting the wrong way. I'm realizing that I've been lifting weights, and I've been noticing that I've been a lot hungrier. I've been eating a lot. So
yeah.
You just want to eat the right things, right? When you feel that hunger,
sure.
yeah. So that way it works for you.
Put fuel back in the tank. Do I have enough fuel to get me through my day?
Because I feel like, I'm going to gain some more weight, but no. I feel like I've been losing some weight.
Yeah, keep it clean. Again, keep the protein high. Chicken, fish. I've been real big on eggs. I love my eggs.
How do you eat your eggs?
So for me, for example, there was a judo guy who I was reading about. When they pretty much start out in like the school, you're like 7, 8 years old. You pretty much have someone. They call it the uke. Your uke is not only the person that you practice on and you do the moves on, the techniques on, but they prepare your food. They help you throughout your day.
Oh, wow.
And the big thing was rice and eggs. I was like, man, if the judo guys are doing it, let me try this out. For me, I'm trying to gain weight, lifting a little bit heavier. Yeah. So I went from 135. Now I'm about.
You were 135?
I was at 135 for a while. It took me a long time. I can eat a lot, but now I've been able to like lock in to where now I'm 153. I'm almost to 155. That's my goal, and I just want to hang out there and just lean out from there. I don't have to eat more, lift heavy.
So you're eating a lot.
Yeah, I am eating a lot. Yeah, the rice and eggs. Yeah,
but he's eating the right stuff, though, right?
Right stuff,
yeah.
I'll throw my kale in there. For me, I'll do like sweet potatoes.
What kind of rice?
Just jasmine rice, basmati rice, like white rice.
Okay.
Uncle Ben rice or not really?
If I'm on the go, yeah, sometimes, man. Sometimes. Quinoa.
No soy sauce.
The low sodium.
Low sodium soy sauce.
Low sodium soy sauce. Yeah.
It needs some flavor, right?
Yeah. I love sushi. I love sriracha. Just the extra stuff. I keep it clean as much as I can. 80-20. That's my ratio. Sometimes it goes to 70.
Clean 80 and bad 20.
What about do you have a cheat day?
My cheat day is sprinkled in here and there.
That's the 20. That's the 20.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a cheat day. There might be multiple days, but it's very, you know what I mean? Like,
cheat side.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
Cheat
those
sauce.
cheat days. I'm like, oh, this is my cheat day.
Yeah, it can
Just
be.
don't make it every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
It's
you know,
balance,
balance
yes,
everything out.
Mhm.
Over the years, I've been able to figure out how fast I can, drop the body fat percentage, how fast I can, bring myself back to where I want to be. If I let myself go, if I don't lift, if I kind of take more than 3 days off, I feel it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I have to stay consistent. Consistency is key. Nutrition is crucial. Locking both of those things in. You know what I mean? Locking the nutrition.
So I got to say, for me, things started changing when physical and health wise, they started changing when I didn't see it as an activity, but a lifestyle.
For sure.
That's when I could embrace, like, not trying to be in such a hurry of wanting to see some change in my life. Because just understanding if it's a lifestyle, it'll come, but if you get so focused on the results, that's when you can get discouraged,
Right.
But as long as you stay, I've found in my life, at least, as long as you stay consistent and you find things that you enjoy, it'll be way easier to stay with it, because it's not work. It's something that you enjoy, and it can also become like a therapy,
Most definitely.
Sometimes it becomes addictive as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like myself, like I have to go. Even if I need to do something else, I don't care. I have to go. I'll neglect some other things to get my workouts in. And yeah, when it becomes like that, man, that's when it's really fun. That's like cherry on the just on top. It's really fun.
I remember at the Gold's Gym, Bandera 1604. It was the Bandera Trails one. They used to have the theater. Do you remember the cardio theater?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been there, but they used to have a cardio theater. So I would lift, I would do my thing, and then I would go. Yeah. I was like, what are they playing today? Mission Impossible?
And we thought that
All
was
right,
so
let me hop
cool.
in there.
We thought that was
Super.
so cool.
I loved it. I loved it.
I was like, oh, wow, you can do that?
Yeah.
That's
So like an
awesome.
hour goes by, I already got, you know what I mean? I'm just posted up on the bike, just doing my thing. I would have to be careful on the treadmill because sometimes I was like, you'll hear on the, you know what I mean? If I'm off to the side a little bit, you know what I mean? I have to be careful.
You're about to slip or fall off.
So on the treadmill, I had to be a little careful, but everything else, I would hop on the bike so I wouldn't like fall, keep it safe.
Yeah.
Because it's dark in there, but man, it makes it go by quick. You know what I mean? I'm listening to music, something I enjoy. Falling in love with working out. Falling in love. Again, eventually I enjoyed lifting a lot. I love to deadlift. And people shy away from deadlifts and say, oh, you're going to hurt your back, and even squats too. But if you're doing it correctly, it's a back saver. If you're doing it incorrectly, it's a back breaker. You know what I mean? You can, with anything you do. It's like you were saying earlier, and your buddy was able to help you out.
Yeah.
Tweak this, tweak
form,
that.
Yeah. Little tweaks.
Man. Yeah.
Little tweaks.
All the little things make a big difference.
Yeah.
And
those
so
details, yeah.
find something that you love. Like I fell in love with the runner's high, and then I fell in love with jumping in the pool for training for the triathlon because I got the technique down. I'm like, man, I feel good. And like, I just fell in love with it. You know what I mean? Find what you like, stick with it, and then keep growing.
And be patient with it. You got to be patient
right,
with it,
for sure.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Okay, so let's say I'm starting off this week, and I don't have much experience with exercise or eating right. I eat like a slobber or whatever. I just eat whatever I want to eat, pretty much. So on week 1, what do you recommend? Like, let's say let's say I feel a little intimidated to even go to the gym. What do you recommend starting off at home?
I call it YouTube University. You can learn anything on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You need to fix
Give me something more.
No, so we all have legs. You
Yeah.
can go for a walk. If you have a watch or you have your phone, you can download an app to track your mileage, track your time. For me, I use the Polar. It's called Polar Beat, and it'll track my distance and all that. It'll tell me when I hit a mile. But walk out the door, hit start, and just go. You can walk, run, 1 mile on, 1 mile off, 2 minutes on, 1 minute off. You can kind of, if you have hills.
When
see
you
if
say
can-
2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, what do you mean by that?
I'm going to pick up the pace for
Okay.
2 minutes, and then slow it down for 1 minute or 2 minutes or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can essentially kind of do your own interval training, so to
Okay.
speak. But if you don't even want to worry about that, just go walk. How long did it take you to do 3-4 blocks? You know, how many times around the apartment complex did it take you? Can I beat my time tomorrow? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's.
Can you get better at, you know, taking that one hill? Okay, I'm not as tired. Last week, I'm, you know, conquering this hill a little bit more. I can push it a little bit more. Continue to push yourself.
How long do you work out for?
About an hour. So I'll strength train 3 days a week, and then I have jiu-jitsu 3 to 4 days a week. But I move every day. I try and do something every day. Even if it's just at home, I'll just get on the floor. Yoga type movements, but joint mobility, taking care of my spine, just really kind of feeling the body out. With jiu-jitsu, I have a lot of like neck tension, and so I really try and take care of myself, like recovery aspect of it. It depends how much time I have, but it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. For me, it's usually about an hour. I figure it out to where, okay, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 different exercises, this many sets for this many reps. I'm going to knock it out within an hour. My warm-ups included, my cool-downs included. So everything's already integrated within that hour. But it took me time, you know, it took me a long time to like figure it out. It used to be 2 hours in the gym, and then the cardio, the cinema cardio, you know, an extra hour, you know.
That's why I'm asking, because I was in the gym for 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. I'm like, oh, I think that's too long, right? 2 hours is a long time to be in the gym.
Not necessarily.
Are you talking a lot when you're there?
No.
No.
I'm working out.
Okay.
I do like 10 minutes of the Stairmaster, and then I do a couple of different weights, like if I'm doing upper body, 2 or 3, and then I'll do abs, because my upper body's kind of like shaking a little. So then I'll do either the back, just do regular back, and then I'll do calves, because I know you can almost do calves almost every day and ab workouts every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll switch it up. And then I'll, if my upper body's too tired, I'll go to the sauna for like 10 minutes, and then I'll go back up and then do some more upper body to complete the rest of my workout.
Wow.
And then I'll end at 20 minutes of cardio. And then I realized that I'm there for 2 hours. I'm like, wow, it's been 2 hours already. But I
2
don't know if
hours of
that's
having
too
fun.
much. 2 hours of having fun. I was like, I would like for it to be, especially when I'm busy, just to try to cut it down to an hour if I have a busy day. So that's why I was asking.
So if you're enjoying it, if it goes by fast, if you do have the time, awesome. Take your time. No rush. What I usually do, because I know I'm usually on a short block, I try and get like the bigger lifts. So if my focus for the day is squats, I'm going to do my squats first, and then everything else I'll kind of go lighter. So whatever stuff you're going to do, I guess, heavier, do it in the beginning, because for the most part you have the most energy at the beginning of your workout, and then everything else you can kind of like go from there. If you know ahead of time, like, so for example, I know the program that I'm doing, I know the workouts, I have it on my phone, like I already have it written out. Okay, starting with squats, I'm doing 4 sets of 8, and then I'm going to transition to lat pull down. I'm doing 4 sets of 10 or 12 or whatever. 10 is a magic number. You can stick with 10, you know, starting out, whatever exercises you want to do, but I'm running through them. No more than 60 seconds or no more. If the heavier you go, the longer rest period you would have to take to recover a little bit, but I'm knocking it out. Boom. All right, cool. I'm done with that exercise. On to the next one. My warm up, like for the other day, my warm up differs from day to day, but I'll spend no more than like 10 minutes on a pretty good warm up, and then I'm ready to jump into my workout. And then at the end, I'll usually finish out with like some type of stretching, some type of cool down. I'm just walking or something. But everything's like, all right, boom, 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 boom. All right, out the door. Let me go. You know what I mean? But if I'm not in a rush, I have that time, I'm going to take my time. You know what I mean? I'm going to add extra exercises in there. I'm going to go longer on my cardio because I have the extra time for it. But if not, I'm going to maybe do some interval sprints on the ski erg machine.
Okay.
20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 rounds, boom, knock it out, and I'm out the door. Depends on your goals, depends on what you're trying to do. But it goes back to, doing your research, and then if you hire someone, if they already have the plan for you. There's a lot of online programs and stuff, but all right, I'm gonna go in. This is day 1, day 2, day 3, knock it out, boom. You can condense everything and fine tune it, and then you ran through that workout for week 1, week 2, week 3. The next time you revisit in, let's say it's like a 6-week program, you revisit again, you get a little bit better. You're stronger. You're adding weight. You're able to cut down the times. You know what I mean? So whatever program it is that you're doing, you can make it better. You can tweak it. You're getting stronger. You're getting better at those exercises. Okay, I'm going to add weight, or I'm going to go faster, whatever the case may be. There's different ways to adjust your program along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So are you a personal trainer?
I would say I'm a health coach, more of a
coach.
coach. Yes. So the guys that I work with, they both have at ALIO Fitness Club. They both have their exercise science degrees. At the other gym that I was working at, I was training clients, but in order for me to train again, I have to have a degree. It's very high level over there, and they're taking care of my school. So I'm back in school, learning so much from these guys. Like, again, these guys are high level, so I know. I already went back to school like first semester. It was perfect timing that my transition, because I could only help my clients so much. There's like different problems that came across that I couldn't help them out. Like I'm only capped out on the education. You know what I mean? I wish I knew the answers. I wish I could help them out, but I would have to refer them to someone else. So now I'm going back so I can service my clients a little bit better, level up, and continue to level up. But also on the business side as well too, like learning how really not only on the workout floor, taking care of my clients, but on the back end, on the business side, I'm learning a lot from these guys too. So straight up entrepreneur, you know what I mean? These guys are entrepreneurs and open up a gym from scratch. ALIO Fitness Club.
Where's it located?
So 281 in between like Thousand Oaks and Brook Hollow.
Okay.
So it's a boutique studio. It's a personal training gym, personal training in a group setting, and then also one-on-one training as well. And then here come in June, we're going to open up House of ALIO, which will be open gym concept. So that'll be off of North Main, block away from SAC, right across from the Heat, right there where Luther's used to be. I think it's called Ay Que Chula now, right next door. We'll also have a cafe lounge as well too. So new gym, very unique. And we're excited.
What's unique about it? Is it going to look like a nightclub?
So ALIO Fitness Club, where we're at now, it's pretty much like a nightclub. You walk in, it's totally different. The atmosphere, you got the music bumping, the workout is on the projector. You show up. It's a personal training gym in a group setting. So, all right, we have a couple people starting here. You guys are doing TRX, V-ups. You guys are going to be over here on the cable towers. Over here, we have you on the row machine. And then, like, the workout's laid out. It's timed. Some of it's self-paced. You come in. There's no thinking. You have to put into your workouts or anything. You show up.
It's already mapped out for you, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's great.
And then the new gym, open gym, would be open gym. So, anyone can have a membership. We're going to have a student rate and cater to that area. There's nothing really in that area, but
you're right. Is there a gym in that area anywhere?
There's a Anytime Fitness, and then I think a CrossFit somewhere in that area, but not really much.
Not
in that,
really, right?
Yeah, so we're definitely going to bring something new. And if you see ALIO Fitness Club where we're at now, and then it's going to be somewhat of a switch to where you get the same vibe. Very unique, progressive, industrial look we're going for. Can't say too much, but keep a lookout. Definitely keep you guys in the loop.
Okay.
Maybe
it'll be fun.
Podcast live over there.
For sure.
That'd be cool.
It'll be fun.
That'd be cool. You had mentioned something about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. That's such a good time training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu years ago. But I always got my ass handed to me, always.
Yeah.
Like, Anybody out there that thinks like you're a badass, go train with some Brazilian jiu-jitsu people. You know, just roll on the mats and get ready for what would you call it? Humble pie.
Yeah, man,
Humble
you're in
pie.
there.
Yeah.
You can have like for example, when we first started, me and my cousin started training around the same time, and we're both around like 135. I think she was probably a little bit lighter than me. We had a big dude from the gym next door. He came over. It was his first day, and she choked him out. You know what I mean? Like big juice head type guy, weightlifter, bodybuilder, high school football player. You know what I mean? Coming in with an ego. She definitely put it on him, shut him down.
Yeah.
But it's meant for the smaller person to be able to use technique against the bigger guy. But yeah, you're working hard. A lot more goes into it than just the workout and the hard work that you put into it. There's a lot of like mental that goes into it, a lot of strategy.
It's such an interesting martial arts because with boxing there's some distance, Muay Thai there's some distance, jiu-jitsu you're like man, you can feel the guy's breath, you feel like you're close, and it's like if you're not used to that, it's shocking at first, you know, especially
for girls. Like you don't want a 250-pound dude on top of you sweating, you know what I mean? You don't know the guy. It's close quarters.
Doesn't mean that you have to match up with a 250-pound guy.
Exactly.
But
like,
don't think that.
But most females are intimidated.
Sweating on
exactly. Everybody's sweating on everybody.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I want that.
I'm trying to sell it. What are you saying, man?
What I'm saying is
what I'm saying is
no.
It's a strategy thing.
Yeah.
It's a strategy. You're pretty much problem solving on the go. So when I am going with that 250-pound guy, I'm not going to let him get on top. You know what I mean? I'm going to use my technique. I'm going to figure out a way around him or figure out a way to stay on top and manage distance. Managing distance is one of the first things that you learn. So we start from standing, figure out how am I going to take this person down and how am I going to not get taken down by this guy. And then when it does go to the ground, what am I going to do from there?
Yeah.
How can I manage the distance on the ground as well too? Using your legs, using your arms as frames, hooking. For me, is very much like dancing. Jiu-jitsu and dancing for me go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Very technical, using hooks and frames and connecting with your partner.
It's a flow. It's a
definitely,
flow.
Definitely. You know? So they say it's the gentle art. Jiu-jitsu is a gentle art.
Yeah,
that's one aspect of it, aside from the hard part of it. Because you can connect with your partner and there's like a flow aspect to it, and you guys are moving and grooving. You're going off reactions. I go, you do this move, I do this move. It's a chess game, human chess. You move here, I move there. I scratched my cornea a couple times within the past couple years. So now when we do live sparring, I go with my eyes closed. And so once I make a connection, I'm able to figure out where the weight distribution is at, where we're going, this way, that way. Jeez. To where it's been to my benefit. Scratching my cornea.
I'd imagine so, but man, you got to be patient.
How do you scratch your eye?
The first time, so we wear a gi, the kimono. The first time,
it's like similar to like a robe. If you're not familiar with it, it's like a robe, like a ninja, like what you see, like karate robes, just in case you're not familiar with it.
Yeah, very thick, but like a piece of fabric just kind of grazed my eye. Like it wasn't even like a hard hit, nothing like that, but it just like grazed my eye, and man, it was. I don't wish that on anyone. Like scratching your cornea is
because when you wrestle, when you grapple with the gi, you can grab your opponent's gi like this.
Right.
It's legal, and so you can like use that to, for your leverage.
I call that cheating. That's cheating.
Well, not in that sport.
There's different chokes. Yeah, you can choke people out with a collar.
Yeah, you sure can. I think that happened to me once.
You can throw somebody using different types of grips and stuff, and so
because when you're on the street, and you got to come across some real life scenario. I mean, y'all aren't like all like what do you call those non-gi days? What are those?
Oh yeah, just no gi. Yeah,
no gi. Okay, it's not like you're just in some thin bodysuit. You're actually like person might be wearing a jacket or a shirt or whatever. So for self-defense, you can use that. You know,
Yeah.
can use that. So
Even
Yeah.
though we are in Texas, for the most part,
Mhm.
it's hot. So we're not always going to be wearing a jacket all the
Yeah.
time. So we do train no-gi.
no, yeah.
So you have to use your grips differently.
Mhm.
Instead of grabbing onto the lapel, they call it, you're using like a collar tie, or you're grabbing the wrist or the elbows, or posting on the shoulder, things like that. So
Yeah, it's a beautiful martial arts.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, it never stops. Even
My
when you
neck's
hit
starting to
black
hurt a
belt
little
level,
just talking about it, you know?
the learning never stops. It's pretty much problem solving on the go. Problem solving on the go. Figuring out problems to where, yes, I learned on the mats. I put in the work. I learned the techniques, but it translates off the mats. So in a work situation, I'm able to handle stress effectively. I'm able to stay calm under stressful situations. And then I'm also able to problem solve with stuff going on at work. So like certain situation is happening, I can figure out, all right, what do I got? What's the problem presented to me? How can I figure out the way out? You know what I mean? So definitely what I learned on the mats translates off the mats as well.
Yeah.
Even communication, when I have to communicate with people, being tactical and strategic about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to react. I'm not going to get mad because this person might react this way. You know what I mean? If I say this, they might say that. If they say this, okay, let me pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Let me be smart about my next move, so to speak.
It's some amazing self-esteem booster as well. You know,
Most definitely.
even if you get your ass handed to you. I remember like night after night, I get my ass handed to me, and I'm like, man, I feel good though. I still got up.
Yeah.
I'm still back. You know,
Yeah.
I'm still here, and it's like, what's the worst that can happen? You know, I'll get my ass handed to me again, but I'll get up again. Like, not a big deal.
Yeah, you're putting yourself through it in a controlled setting,
Mm-hmm.
to where when it happens in an uncontrolled setting, it's no surprise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're ready. You're ready to take on your day. You're ready to you walk with your chest a little bit more proud,
Yeah.
confidence. I feel when I walk around, like, not only am I more aware of my surroundings, that's one aspect to it, but when I communicate with people, having to deal with certain situations anywhere, like, it really changed my life. Like, jiu-jitsu changed my life. And you hear that a lot, and people say that a
I've
lot.
heard that a lot.
But everyone's had to have a different story. How did it change their lives? And yes, so I would say it's not for everyone, but everyone can do it. Some people might not want to do it, but everyone can do it. There's always a different way to train,
Yeah, I think everybody should at least do it for, I don't know, a couple of weeks at least. You know,
Try it, yeah.
Just like, if you want to stick with it, that's fine. But
I would say
just try it.
Try it, because there's a jiu-jitsu sport and then jiu-jitsu for self-defense.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So you can learn the self-defense aspect of it without having to do all the craziness that most, the sport aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Going to a new school and finding the right school for you, having good training partners, having a good coach. There's a lot that again, going back to the trainer, do your research, figure out what's going to work best for you. Do you vibe with this coach? Do you vibe with this school? Is this the place for me? Yes or no? Do I feel comfortable here? Yes or no? So, trainers are different personalities. Don't mesh with certain personalities. So, yeah, find someone you like. Figure out what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like if you do want to do Muay Thai or boxing, you know what I mean? I don't want to get hit, so I love jiu-jitsu. There's no striking. We train for strikes, but again, I scratch my cornea, so I'm not trying to get hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One jab and it'll put me out again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Going back to fitness real quick. I sent you a few questions. Let me ask one because this, I think, a lot of people can relate to this. So for a lot of people that have New Year's resolutions with fitness and exercise, let me ask you something. What advice do you have for someone who struggles to stay motivated? What advice do you have for somebody who struggles to stay motivated? Because, it's easy to start for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It gets a little more difficult. 4 weeks, life starts catching up. 5 weeks.
You start finding excuses.
Yeah, I already
gotta
missed
do
one day.
this.
What's another day?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on a vacation.
Things will never
trip.
change. I'm always, this is just my body type. We start making it, justifying things. And so if somebody wants to stay motivated, like what piece of advice could you share for somebody that needs that motivation, just to keep pushing?
Put it in the schedule. This is part of my day. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta eat lunch, whatever. You know what I mean? Put it in the schedule. This is my block. This is my hour block within each day or every other day that I'm gonna go. So it's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. This is for my benefit. This is for my health, especially as we age. When we lift weights, it helps with our bone density. So I want to age well. Longevity and performance. Can I add years to my life by making these changes, but also perform well?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like going back to, is it helping me or is it hurting me? The things that I'm doing on a day-to-day make a big difference. So I just want to set myself up for success. Take inventory of what I'm doing, what I'm eating, how I operate throughout my day, and then what good things can I add? What bad things can I don't say good and bad. So useful and not useful. What things are useful to me that are going to help me?
Things are adding to my life.
Exactly.
Things that are kind of taking away from my life.
You know what helps me is having someone hold you accountable. So,
That's big.
like my
That's big.
son, or maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend, pushes you to, hey, you've got this membership. You're paying all this money each month. When are you going to go to the gym? You need to go to the gym. You're paying all this money and you committed to it. So,
Yeah.
having someone or like.
Well, also remembering your why. Like, why did you start this? Do you remember how miserable you are when you made the decision? I need to do this. I need to make this life change.
Or hanging out with people that do go to the gym, because I know Bill. He inspires me because I see the difference in the way he looks, and I'm like, wow, that could be me in the summer. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna start right now, and then in the summer I'll start looking a lot better.
Right. If you guys can go together, find someone who has the same schedule. That's also a big one too.
Gym partner.
Yeah, if you have a gym buddy, your gym partner, your training partner. For jiu-jitsu, I know I'm going to see certain people in the morning class, certain people in the night class. And so that's my community, is my training partners.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to see these certain people. If you have a trainer, I got to be, that's accountability. That's even further on the accountability aspect. I have to meet him there at 6 a.m. He's waiting for me. I don't want to,
Oh, yeah. I
I
don't want to let him down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like a quitter or a jackass.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to,
And then...
yeah, that is true. You know what? Hiring a trainer really gets you going. I mean, because I remember I paid. I'm like, nope, I paid already for this training session. I got to go.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then changing the language a little bit, like I need to go, change it to I get to go. There's people that they really just can't go.
They talk themselves out of it.
Yeah, or
Those kind of people.
People that don't, maybe they don't have the gym membership, they don't have the access, or maybe they're bedridden. Or, you know what I mean? Like taking it a step further like that. Like some people don't have legs to even go running. You know what I mean? Some people are in a wheelchair. I'm not. I can go for that run. It's to my benefit.
Yeah.
It's gonna help me. It's not gonna hurt me. So all I gotta do is start, keep going.
What's helped me really like change my attitude about it was, I kind of said to myself, okay, let's say I don't go. And I keep doing what I've been doing when I wasn't going. I keep eating the way I've been eating. I keep living the way I've been living. What does that look like 5 years from now? Because it's kind of predictable. Patterns are predictable.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like 10 years from now? Am I going to be happy? Am I going to like what I look in the mirror? Am I going to feel confident? Am I going to feel like I could... it just impacts your life so much. What does that look like 15 years from now? Am I going to have energy? Am I going to have energy even 2 years from now or 1 year from now, And I've noticed okay, so let's say I do go to the gym. What does that look like in a year from now? 5 years from now? Am I going to feel younger? Am I going to feel more energized? Am I going to feel healthier? Am I going to feel more confident? And it's going to be predictable. Yeah, I am. And it just increases and increases and increases. And so I played this trick on myself, because we all can play mind tricks on our mind. And it's like, okay, if I do go, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. I'd paint such an amazing picture that I'm selling it to myself. And I'd be an idiot to not go. And then over here on the other side, if I don't go, I'm painting this miserable picture to where, do I want that or do I want this? Because it's up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that has helped so much. Like, I know a lot of times we lack motivation to create change. But sometimes you got to find ways that pull you to get you to where you want to be. And when you have this vision of where you want to be, you got to make it so sexy and appealing and so like appetizing that it's pulling you to that place, you know, to where you're now walking in that place, you know.
Yeah, man.
And so that's really helped me with a lot of things, like visualizing that stuff, you know. So
Have you heard of Jocko Willink?
yeah, I have.
In one of his books, he says, don't rely on motivation. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes.
Mhm.
It's a feeling. It's not always
That's
going to
true.
be there.
Yeah.
So you got to rely on the discipline. And that's why the first thing I said was put in the schedule.
Schedule, yeah.
It's part of my schedule. That's the pattern that I'm building for myself. So I'm creating good patterns. If you know your habits, if you know that eventually I'm not going to feel like it, the day that you don't feel like it, that's the day that you must go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Those are the
must
days
go.
that count the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do hard shit. Do hard stuff.
Yeah.
Do all the hard stuff. Put yourself through it because you know you can push it a little bit further. The days that you do feel good, oh man, that's even better. That's a cherry on top. But the days that you don't feel good,
That's
go.
when you can feel really proud of yourself that I went. I still went
Yeah.
despite how I feel. And I'm glad that I went.
Just walk
you
through
know.
the door. Just get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do notice that when I do walk out of the door, I feel amazing. I'm like, yes, I did it. Like, I'm like proud of myself.
Yeah.
And I feel good. I don't feel tired or.
And those little wins are important. Then you stack up those wins and that just motivates you, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You're-
And you know, spring break's coming up just in a few months, and then there's
Start now.
summer.
Yeah, start
boat
right now.
parties and
Yeah.
lots of pool parties, and so you know, you want to look good.
When-
Start looking good for
Absolutely.
these parties.
Get started and keep going.
And, yeah.
When you work out, like you're literally changing the internal chemistry. You know what I mean? There's a good chemical dump. The good chemicals moving through the body when you work out, when you run, when you lift. So stuff we might not see or feel, like it's going on within our internal ecosystem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. My lungs and my digestion, my pancreas, everything's moving and functioning. So when I work out, when I lift, when I run, it's to my benefit. Again, this is helping me. I might not see it, I might not feel it right now, but I'm working. The internal ecosystem is changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The chemistry, internal chemistry is changing. And so over time, it's going to get better. You're going to get better. You said it, you feel better when you walk out the door, you know what I mean? So
So I have so many questions to ask you, and I'm sure you guys might have many questions as well. Where do we get a hold of you if we want to ask you some questions, or maybe we can get some advice from you? Do you have an Instagram we can follow you?
yeah, Instagram is Sambo Slice 88, and then
What did you say?
Sambo Slice
So how do you
Spell
spell
it.
that? Spell
88,
that out.
SAMBOSLICE 88, Sambo Slice 88, and then you can look up ALIO Fitness Club. There's only 3 of us there, myself, Sammy, and then Sam and Danny. There's 3 of us there. Again, I look up to those guys. They're the professionals in the game. They've been doing it for a while. I'm the third guy that they brought onto the team, and we're doing amazing things here in San Antonio. So we're just starting out. Sky's the limit, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see where the impact we're gonna make here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
House of ALIO is a new gym. ALIO Fitness Club is
Locally owned.
Yes. A big thing that you'll see it on our website is local over corporate.
Oh, okay.
Local over corporate. We're the local guys. Sam is from Corpus. We're all Texas boys. I'm born and raised here in San Antonio, but we're in the business of changing lives. You know what I mean? That's what we do. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
That's why we show up every day, because we have people that rely on us.
Oh, that's great.
And so, we're excited. I appreciate you guys, inviting me on.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you. I know you've been dancing more, so I'm excited to see
We
you
ain't gotta talk
get
about
better.
that.
Yeah,
We
man.
ain't gotta talk
yes,
about
I've
that.
seen the videos, bro. I've seen the videos, so I'm excited to see
Practicing
you,
a little,
bro.
you know.
Yeah, over time, going back earlier to what you were saying about starting and then you're gonna get better over time.
Yeah.
I think about it and like, man, I've been dancing for almost 2 years now.
Now,
I
when you
can't
say
imagine.
dancing, you mean salsa dancing?
Yeah, salsa and
Okay.
bachata. I've been learning. I've been dancing consistently for the past almost 2 years.
This guy's
But
got
I-
the moves, man.
But I can't imagine where I'm going to be 5 years,
Yeah,
10 years, just
yeah.
like you were saying earlier.
Mhm.
Over time,
So-
I'm going to get better.
Any local, this is called Hello San Antonio, so we like to interview or do live podcast at local
Businesses.
businesses.
Hmm.
And so, if anybody's interested in, I guess, what salsa instructors out there, or maybe an owner of a salsa club, we're willing to podcast because
Yeah.
these two are very.
I don't know about these
active.
two, but this one's very active.
And
I'm
he's
becoming active.
becoming active.
Yes.
And I'm interested as well.
Yeah.
Man,
learning
it's so much
and-
fun. It's
so
so much
yeah,
fun.
so-
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Maybe
this
we could.
Past couple of weekends.
Yeah, we can get involved in the salsa game. What do you call it? A group or?
Yeah, the salsa community.
The
Community,
salsa
yeah.
Community, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think they have one on Facebook.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of groups. The two main schools. So I learned at Esta Noche, they do second and fourth Friday socials, and then Salsa on 2, they do a social the first and third Friday. And then there's other DJs and other people that do like different socials, pop-up
There's a
socials.
salsa night almost every night here
Pretty
in town.
much, man. You go to
But-
Arjohn's
But
and
Yeah,
you
at
burn a
least.
lot of
so much.
calories.
Oh yeah.
And it's fun, and so that's another way to stay active, and you can lose weight from that doing this.
You know, you go to some certain social salsa spots in town, and there's a lot of attractive people at these spots, but you run into some people, mainly men, not all men, but some men, you know. And I've heard before how they can be a little dusty, you know. So, wash your clothes, put on some cologne, you know, smell good,
Brush your teeth.
take care of your hygiene, you know, and maybe you'll meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself, right?
It's so much fun, man. Yeah. The people are great. The community is great.
Leave the dust at home.
Yeah, leave the dust at home. Everyone's just there to have a good time. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Just dance, have a good time.
That's right. Anything else you want to add before we end the session, Sammy?
Myself, start and keep going. Find someone that you can connect with. Find a community that you can link up with. If you can hire a trainer, hire a trainer. But move every day. Do these things to better yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? No one's gonna hold your hand. Just do it.
Yep.
But have fun. Have fun doing it. Learn about yourself.
And you are what you eat too, as well, right? So
Yeah,
you
for
should
sure,
do
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, that is the thing. You gotta learn like your body, like how it responds to different
The research.
exercises. Yeah,
It's the research.
research,
Do research on
absolutely.
yourself.
absolutely. That's very true. Yeah. Well, thanks for your time, man. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
And
Thanks for having me.
that's a wrap, right?
Yeah, it's a wrap. Well, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
All right. Bye, San Antonio.
Goodbye. We'll see you next
Bye.
time.